Hello and welcome back to the Southern Hockey Network. My name's Gavin Coker, joined alongside Lenah, Kaye on the camera and on the mic today. Chloe Coker, our producer. Okay, hold the applause. We're just here for another night. This is our second game of the night. The senior Mocs are taking on the Ugly Pucklings. We've seen this matchup already twice this season. The Mocs came out in the first one. Pucklings looking for revenge. The Sage is set. We had a great one to start the night off. The Bear Sharks came away with the win. A 5-3 win over the Warhawks, two teams that were undefeated. And now the stage is set for another great matchup. I'm really excited about this one. Lenah, what are your thoughts going into this second game?
I'm just excited. We've had three really great games in a row, high energy. Both teams have really gone and gave it their best. I'm really excited to see how this game goes.
It should be a good one as both teams get set. Warm-ups are over. We're ready to go. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineups brought to you by Sync Sports for both sides. First, the Ugly Pucklings. They've got a lot of talent over there on that bench. And then, you know, the Mocs, they've won the last game against the Ugly Pucklings. There's expectations for them to get an early 2-0 series lead in this early season. It's going to be a good one. That's all I can say. And you guys picked a great Friday night to tune in.
Having that kind of pressure can go either way. It could be good or bad.
Now for both teams, we're going to talk about the goalie matchup. Drew Fromeri in between the pipes. Played in the last game as a defenseman for that Warthog team. And now he's in between the pipes. And who else for the senior Mocs than King Louis Ortiz over there. So it's a good one. Both teams set to go. Captain Ben Johnson getting some water over there. Caleb Van Horn still in the penalty box. They were getting a breather. He's got the puck. Iman Cloutier checking on the goal. Van Horn's gonna go check on the goal over by Fromeri. Now he's got two pucks because there was still a warm-up puck out there. Grice slid that one over. So goals are ready, ice is ready, and the stage is set for this rematch between the senior Mocs and the Ugly Pucklings. Guimond's sliding over to the scoring table.
Can I just say, I think the Ugly Pucklings so far are my favorite team name. And I know I'm a little biased because my favorite color is green, but I am a huge fan of their jerseys as well.
You know, I love the logo, except for the part where there is a party foul, a spilled beverage. I'll leave that up to you, but... And the sad trombone from our producer, Chloe Coker. They weren't able to hear the noises during that first game, but we got that fixed. We can all hear the soundboard, and we're ready to go. Senior Mocs get it into the zone. It's Jose Lopez battling down low. Escapes the zone. Jonah Bowden is going to skate into it. Cuts inside. Takes a shot from area save. Still loose for Lopez. Another shot. That one gets blocked in front. That was Igor Zenton. Going to stick on that one. A touch pass. LaMonica going to leave it for Grice. But Grice not able to find it, was lost in the skates. Lopez gonna send it up. LaMonica's gonna take a spill, blows a tire along the blue line. Now James Previtt trying to send it into the zone, but sent up the other way. Gary McCormick drives in, gets it to Grice. Grice, one goal on the season. Had the only goal the last time these two teams met for the Ugly Pucklings. So looking to rely on some of that success as this one's going to go down the length of the ice for an icing. And that'll be a quick whistle with 10:53 left to go. Looking for both teams to just get their legs underneath them, get the speed. We've seen the senior Mocs in each game progressively look better, playing as a team, getting some good passes. And that's just what you want from the senior Mocs teams, is they're going to look to go deep this season. They're 2-1 on the year. Had a 2-1 win versus the Moose just last night as that one rolled in and almost was redirected into the net. Caught the glass in the far corner. Senior Mocs going to get it out. Now Jonah Bowden with Craig Christie. Bowden takes a shot, that one in on from Mary, and he's going to make a save. Showing no signs of exhaustion. Came from just playing with that Warthogs team and is now between the pipes for the Pucklings. As Town Down Brown Dion is what we're going to call him for this game. I know people were asking where Downtown Dion Brown came from, but now they're going to be asking where Town Down Brown Dion came from. He's mentioned he's become a little bit of a local celebrity, so we'll see if we can get Town Down Brown Dion to stick on. I'm almost tripping over my words trying to say it.
We'll see how many times it takes before you just give up.
I don't know. Last week I had Hunter Slapshot Heartbreaker Benoit Rice, so I'm known for stringing some names together as that one rolls in on for Mary. Now Puckling's trying to get it out, and they'll chip it up. Skating down into it, a shot on Ortiz. He makes the same punch, still loose. He thought he had it, and they score! Luis Ortiz was looking for it, wasn't able to find it. And the Ugly Pucklings get the first goal of the game. That was Tyler Rodebo getting the shot away, putting that one in the back of the net. Coming in from the deep position, he's got his first game of the year. First goal of the year for Tyler Rodebo. Puck set to get dropped. What a team effort, and Ortiz just not able to find that one. Made the initial save. Now we're talking over at the scoring table. Puckling's trying to drive it in. Great rebound opportunities, a shot by the captain. That was LaMonica sliding into the slot. Rodebo tried to seal the blue line, not able to. And now Town Down Brown Dion skating in after it versus Kyle Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe comes away with it. Escapes the zone. Jennifer Burnett. And that one's going to be blown down offsides, and that faceoff's going to be right outside of the Puckling zone. And this is a message for Miss Burnett's class. Hey, you guys got to be good. Do your homework. Listen up to your teacher. Be respectful. That thing gets you far, and Miss Burnett does a great job, so you guys got to be respectful in her class. That's all I'm going to say about that one. We'll leave that note is getting some music here at the ice rink. Brennan Bogle's going to hop on the aux after coming out with the win for the Bear Sharks. Scored a goal and was what I said was my player of the game, as Jennifer Burnett's going to keep that one from going down the ice. She'll dump it in. Puckling's going to be back for it. And now Brandt's going to dump it on the backhand back into the zone. It's offside, so the Mocs had to touch up. Burnett tries to play it and bounces off of her stick. LaMonica the other way. Brandt got back defensively, made a good play on that one, forced it to the boards. Brandt trying to keep it away from Dennis Grice. Sends it hard around the boards, but not out. McCormick keeps it in, but Ben Johnson able to take it away. Johnson has Lopez. Johnson with the backhand pass to Lopez, but a good stick defensively there by Jeff Carr. Now back out to the point. Grice gets back for it, rolls in towards Mary. Puckling's going to clear it out. Now Bowden sends it around. As now a touch pass by LaMonica, gets it to Grice, who's got some speed. Russell back defensively with Lopez. That one shot wide of the net by Grice. Out to the point, McCormick tried to get it back to Grice. Now Lopez with it. Slows it down, trying to set it up as they move it up ice. Just dumps it into the corner. We'll circle back. Maybe looking towards the bench. And now a little bit of a collision between the Demon for the Ugly Pucklings. Now sent up Grice at the end of his shifts. James Previtt sends it up the boards and out of the zone. Captain Ben Johnson's going to step off. Town down Brown Dion back onto the ice. I told you I'd be able to stick with it.
We'll see. There's still time.
There is still a lot of game left. It's got over 30 minutes left to go in this one. Has a chance. It rolls out for Grice. He takes a shot. Ortiz takes the spill. Was trying to get the kick save on that one. It went wide of the net. Lopez chips it up to Town down Brown Dion. Oh, it's spilled on that one.
There you go.
A shot by Dion. That one goes wide off the pad of Farmieri. Bowden gets it to Lopez, and that one's going to roll in on Farmieri for a save. We're going to get some fresh legs for both sides. So faceoff's going to be to the left of Farmieri. Town down Brown Dion fires a shot towards Farmieri. It goes out to the corner. Rotobo, who's got the only goal of the game so far, sends it around the boards, but not out. Brandt keeps it in at the blue line. Drops it down low. Sent into the corner. Craig Christie now with it. Sends it around the boards on the backhand. Mocs trying to skate into that one. Now out to the point, a shot. That one from the slot. Alexandra Clinton trying to get it out. Gets it to the blue line, but Brandt keeps it in. Now Kyle Ratcliffe has a chance to send Rotobo. Back a 2-on-2. Rotobo gets it on a stick, but just barely out of the reach. Not able to get a shot away. Pressured by Brandt. Gets it down to Ratcliffe in the corner. Ratcliffe, a hard pass to the slot. Now we'll get a shot away are the Pucklings. Burnett tied up along the boards down there. A little pushing and shoving there. Got the stick stuck, but able to get it free. And now passed out of the zone, and that one's going to go the length of the ice for an icing. An easy whistle there for the officials with 4:59 left to go. So faceoff's going to come down to the left of Luis Ortiz. Puck's dropped. Ben Johnson won it and able to get it out of the zone. A good pass up to Jonah Bowden. Craig Christie, Ben Johnson, a pass to Johnson in the slot. He shoots and a save by Farmieri. Highway robbery with 4:46.
What a beautiful save.
Yeah, talk about exhaustion levels. Drew Farmieri played that first game, is now between the pipes. Only had 15 minutes, went and got all the goalie pads on, switched jerseys, and is ready to go for the second game.
You would never know. He's super fresh.
I'm telling you, got him an energy drink in between that one, some pre-workout powder, whatever you got to do to be ready for 2 games back-to-back. Luckily, being a goalie, you don't skate around as much, but doesn't mean you don't work twice as hard.
I've heard the perfect nap is only 7 minutes, so he could have done that.
All it takes is a little power nap and you're ready to go, especially for these later games. As Brandt tries to cut back and a flying stick by LaMonica. That one went flying, and now Brandt slides in, tried to get a shot away, backhand pass, taken away by the Pucklings. And LaMonica's just giving up on the stick. You're gonna go get fresh legs out there. Now Brandt with it. Gets it up to Bowden along the blue line. Bowden cut that wide. He takes a shot. That one blocked off the skate there of Zenton. Bowden's able to come away with it. Top line out there. Lopez not able to see that one as Bowden was trying to pass it to him. Now the Pucklings keep it onside. What a play there with the skate. A little bit of soccer finesse. Is that one a shot and he grills in? What a goal. What effort there by the Pucklings. I mentioned they wanted revenge, and they're looking like they're on a good course for it. They've got a 2-goal lead in this first period, but I mentioned it. I said it last game. 2 goals, most dangerous lead in hockey. Don't get complacent. 1 goal cuts that lead in half, and next thing you know, you're tied. So whatever your opinions are on that, that is my argument, and I will stand by that. We can argue about it. We can have a civil discussion about that, but I will always say a 2-goal lead is the most dangerous lead in hockey.
And like you said, once you made that goal, the adrenaline can easily make you do another goal.
Absolutely. Momentum shifts so quick. That's all the senior Mocs need to do is find a way to turn the tide, get a goal. They've had some good chances. They just got to take advantage of them. These Pucklings have to touch up, so that gives the senior Mocs some time to slow things down, get the offense set. Bowden with it. Kicks it up towards Lopez. Sent back in by Grice. Now Jeff Carr dumps it in the zone. Now up the other way. Lopez with Town down, Brown Dion. Lopez drops it to Town down, Brown Dion. Tries to get on the backhand to Lopez. It's going to come to the far side boards. Now Previtt. And that one's going to be whistled for offsides as Lopez got the stick on it as Previtt was trying to dump it in the zone. So it looks like the faceoff is going to come out to center ice. So maybe that one was just barely onside. Good on the officials for realizing that, moving the faceoff to center ice. You don't want to give one team an unnecessary advantage as Grice is going to try to beat Russell. Russell's going to come away with it. Also doing a good job cutting off Grice there. And now chips it up to the boards to downtown Dion Brown. There it is. I'm going to say it normal. It just flows off the tongue better, but I was trying to get creative with the Town down Brown Dion.
2 minutes left in the first period.
Hey, I made it 10. That's pretty impressive. As Russell's back for it, he's going to turn it up the ice. Now chips it up the boards. And that one's going to be whistled for an icing. Zenton not able to get the stick on it, and that one's going to come down to the other end of the ice with 1:53 left to go. Now this face-off to the right of Luis Ortiz. As the puck's dropped there. Comes back for Russell. Sends it down the ice out of the zone. Doesn't have enough for icing. Zenton's going to skate back for it. Zenton, the leading scorer for this Puckling team, 3 goals and an assist on the season for 4 points. Over the 3 games played. 2 of those came in the first game of the season, and an overtime winner was one of those. That one rolls in on Russell. Russell tried to get it to Previtt. Craig Christie gonna slow things down. A cross ice pass. Johnson's trying to skate after. Is onside, but does not win the race. And Zenton once again down there as another icing against the senior Mocs. As this face-off now to the left of Ortiz. Number of icings going against the senior Mocs. Just trying the stretch passes. I liked the idea, but it's hard shot by Ratcliffe. Almost takes a weird bounce and finds the top corner, but just slides over the top of the net. Now Ben Johnson gets it to Christie, who's not able to skate into it. Kyle Ratcliffe's there for it. Christie able to send it deep into the Puckling zone, but Ratcliffe comes away with the puck, pressured by Ben Johnson, who got a stick on the puck there, but Ratcliffe able to keep it, but taken away by Bowden, who gets it to Johnson to Christie. And now Rodebo down into the corner, 39 left to go. Sends it hard around the boards to McCormick. Johnson keeps it in. Excuse me, that was Previtt keeping it in at the blue line. Ratcliffe gonna chip it around him. Previtt once again still keeping it in, gets it to Johnson, and then escapes the zone. LaMonica trying to send it up. And now an 0-on-1. Ortiz has to be ready. A backhand and a goal. What a move. Second goal of the game. But third goal for the Pucklings.
Sometimes patience is key. Sometimes you got to wait to see if the goalie's going to make the first move, and then that's when it's time to make your move.
Yeah, as a goalie, you wait. You make the shooter make the move. You're the defender. They're attacking. You got to wait for them to make the move. Ortiz came out a little wide and got beat, and now a 3-goal lead for the Ugly Pucklings in this first period. Seeing a spark of momentum from this Pucklings unit as the first period is going to come to a close. So a 3-goal first period for the Pucklings. Senior Mocs got to find a way to get some momentum, help out their goalie, and both teams will get a breather as Kyle Ratcliffe, a little bit exhausted after that first period, had the head against the boards, but seems ready to go. Pucklings, a deeper bench than we've seen from them most games this season. Had a good turnout. You're going to see that on a Friday night as compared to a Tuesday, a little bit more availability in your roster, and it's making a difference in this one. The legs feel a little bit better. So we'll take a short 30-second break while both teams take a breather, talk things over, and we'll be back for the second period here on the Southern Hockey Network. So both teams have talked things over, and we're ready to go for the second period. Ugly Pucklings put up 3 in that first period. Started the game off strong. I mentioned looking for revenge and got a lot of it, and looking to continue that as they're trying to cruise to their second win of the season. As Ratcliffe sends it around to Rodebo, who opened the scoring in this one. Now Dennis Grice cuts back. Had to do a drop pass to Scott Carlson there. Now Carlson trying to keep the puck in the zone. Alexandra Clinton along that far side corner. Rodebo keeps it in. Now Brandt skating it up. Has some speed. It's outside the faceoff dot, gets a pass into the slot. Deion Brown not able to get a stick there. Craig Christie keeps it in for the Senior Mocs. Chip down low, pass to the slot, nobody there. Bryce going to take that one away.
Great defense so far by the Ugly Pucklings tonight.
And that's been a big difference in this one is now downtown Dion Brown, a shot for Mary makes a save, and Craig Christie had a chance to load up and shoot it, rolls in. On for Mary, comes out to the point. Burnett keeps it in. Ratcliffe with it, ships it down the ice, and that's going to have enough on it for icing. And a quick whistle there with 10:27 left to go.
It's always nice when we get an obvious icing. I don't have to whip the camera back and forth down the ice, give everyone whiplash.
Absolutely. A nice slow dribbler, but just has enough on it. It's one of the most beautiful plays. There's a lot of beautiful plays in hockey, my favorite being a slap shot from the blue line. So if you want to be perfect in my book, that's what I like to see. Slap shot from the blue line. Matt Miller out here tonight with 2 goals for the Pucklings. Wrote about the other one as they've built a 3-0 lead. Excuse me, Ed Gagola with the 2 goals tonight, according to the lineup sheet. There's a shot in by Bowden. That one goes wide on the glove side of Farmeri. Russell at the point, takes a shot from the blue line, almost redirected into the net. Like I said, one of my favorite plays.
That's the one thing I have noticed about the senior Mocs is they do a very good job at keeping the puck in their zone.
Do a good job on the forecheck, just all around good effort by the entire team as that one is going to escape for a moment, but Previtt's going to send it back in. Frank's going to backhand it up the ice, and just a little bit of passing back and forth on the backhand, but now a chance for Zenton, who's trying to skate into it. Cuts back on Russell. Zenton takes a shot on Ortiz, he saves it, and it's sent back down the ice out of the reach of Carr, and that one, no icing. I'm going to say maybe Carr got a piece of it, wanted icing. Skates back around behind the net. Now Carr backhands to Frank. Now Zenton with it. Gets it up to LaMonica. LaMonica driving downhill. Zenton calls for the pass. Backhand back to LaMonica and not able to get a shot away. Some good communication and passing there by the Pucklings. It's now Ed Gagola. He's got 2 in this one's on hat trick watch, but I don't have a hat today. I've been seeing so many lately, I meant to bring one to the rink so I can throw it on the ice when it happens. Luckily, haven't seen one since because I've been forgetting my hats. I've got to stop leaving them at home. I've got plenty of them. I've probably got too many of them if you ask Lenah.
Too many to count. He needs to throw some on the ice.
I've got a couple I can get rid of, but they're going to be lucky steals for someone else. So now Kyle Russell driving in, has it knocked away by Zenton. Ben Johnson keeps it in, drives downhill, takes the pass across, and not able to tuck it in was Lopez. Got a stick on it. Bowden in the slot. Lopez looking for a pass, gets it to Bowden. Down low for Johnson, a shot for Mary. Got to get the cover, and Johnson looking for the loose change. And now, we'll put it pushing and shoving ends in a hug. Gotta love the sportsmanship between both of these teams. That was Jeff Carr and Ben Johnson getting tied up a little bit. So face off to the left of Farmeri. Town down, Brown Dion was in for the draw. Sometimes it just flows better than others.
Can't overthink it.
I think, yeah, you just gotta say it as it flows. As now Rodebo up the other way. Gets a chip pass around, trying to drive in on Ortiz. Ortiz makes a save. Burnett trying to get to the clear. Gets it out to the far half wall. Now back into the slot, rolls in on Ortiz. It's not in the net. Brandt sweeps that one away. And now chipped out of the zone. Gagola between the legs pass. And that was going to be whistled off sides. Carlson looking around, does not like that call. A little bit of arguing, and Yvonne saying, hey, I made the call. Carlson with a smile on the face, and we're going to see a puck drop by Van Horn right outside of the senior Mock zone. Burnett has it, chips it around. Carlson and out of the senior Mocs zone. Good stick. Now downtown Dion Brown. Cuts back, takes a shot from Mary. He's ready for that one. Puck went wide of the net. Now Carlson up the boards. Gagola cuts back. And now a pass up to Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe, a hard shot from the blue line, and it's in. It's about making the goalie make the save. And when you get a wrister like that, that had a lot on it, and that was labeled for the back of the net. That puck had eyes. A vintage shot for the vintage gloves, and no matter how tired he was at the end of that first period, gets on the board, and that's the 4th goal of the game for the Pucklings. So 6:33 left to go, and now a 4-goal lead for the Pucklings. Puck's dropped. Brandt has it, drives it up the ice. A 3-on-2 the other way. Brandt not able to get a shot away. Ratcliffe with the good defensive play. So that one rolls down. Burnett gonna chip it up the boards. Craig Christie with it. Husband Johnson. 2-on-1, a shot. That one off the mask of Farmari. Christie gave him a little head tap. You never try to catch the goalie in the mask, but it happens every once in a while. And you mind making sure Farmari's okay. Got to take care of your goalies. Got to take care of everyone out there on the ice, but you never want to see a goalie take one on the mask. And it'll rowdy you if it hits you in the right way. There's a reason I would never be a goalie. I'd let every puck in the net. If it was between me and getting hit by the puck, that puck's in the back of the net every time. Some big respect to the goalies who come out here and play, as that one's blown off sides.
The eye movement alone is just so fun to watch with goalies.
Well, some of the warm-up drills you see from goalies are some of the craziest things I ever seen, but when you've got to track things moving left to right that quick, it makes sense.
I tried it once and I got a headache almost immediately.
I want to take a second during the second period and shout out the Slapshot Bar and Grill for keeping us fed, keeping us hydrated. Here, why we're calling these games at the Polk Athletic Complex. If you're here and enjoying a free skate, enjoying some late night beer league hockey, they're the place to go. Got good wings, good pulled pork. Lenah said last game they've got a great burger. And she's normally a chicken tenders and fries, but switched her over to a burger. It was that good.
Decided to venture out just a little bit.
Now Jonah Bowden sends it in. Car back for it. Sends it across far boards. He's going to escape the zone. And now a chance for Frank, and Russell able to spin around and make a good defensive play. Almost gave up an 0-on-1, but able to recover. And now Previtt kicks it into the zone with Bowden. Previtt drives in, gets it to Bowden, and skates, trying to get a shot away, drives in and gets a shot away, but was just in too tight. And Lopez not able to keep it in the zone for the senior Mocs.
They're getting all the chances, just not going back in the net.
So that one bounces off a couple of skates. Lopez trying to send it in. Gets a pass out of the reach of Johnson. Igor Zenton back for it. Zenton flips it up and out of the zone. Frank tried to get a hand on it. Anthony LaMonica is going to go against Russell. Russell's going to chip it out of the zone. He's going to get around Frank. And comes to Johnson, who chips it into the zone. Lopez down by the faceoff dot. Gets it to Johnson. A shot, Farmy area save. And now Zenton's going to skate it out. Has some time. He used the speed, get it up the ice. 2-on-3, Carlson. Zenton cuts in. and fires it just through the blue paint, but nobody was there for the Pucklings. Put that one in the back of the net as Ortiz was way out of the crease. Now Lopez. Toe drag move, sends it for Bowden, and a little collision between Carr and Lopez. Now it's going to come out to Frank. Previtt tries to keep it in. Now up the other way, Gary McCormick has Carlson, fires it wide of the net, looking maybe for a rebound chance off the boards. It's going to come out of the zone. Zenton with it. It's going to have to skate back and let the Pucklings touch up, and now he's going to take it up ice. Deion Brown gets a skate on that one. It comes out of the zone to Carr. Carr chips it around Lopez. Now Carlson gets in the zone. And McCormick had to touch up, not able to touch it, or else it would have been blown dead. Now it comes to Bowden. Bowden's going to skate into the zone. Stick check by Carr. Up the other way. Ed Gagola is going to take a spill into the boards. Maybe got a stick in the skate, but no call by the officials. There's now a backhand pass by Bowden to Christie, but just out of the reach. But Christie comes away with it, gets it to downtown Deion Brown, who overskates it. And now Ed Gagola with it on his stick. I apologize if I'm getting the name wrong. No name on the jersey, but did have the lineup, so hoping we get that one right. As Carlson takes a shot. That one goes wide of the net. Comes to McCormick, who takes a shot. Ortiz is just going to slow down, cover that one up. 1:33 left to go in the second. So 1:33 left to go in the second period. Senior Mocs just looking to find some momentum. Have had some opportunities, but just haven't been able to get high danger chances. It's credit to the Pucklings defense, keeping the Senior Mocs out wide as that one shipped around Ratcliffe, but he was able to recover. Has a goal in this one. Sends it around to Rodebo, who has a goal. So this deep pairing. Deion Brown tried to get it to Christie, who was in the slot. Now chipped around and out of the zone. Sent back in. Brown offsides. Has to touch up. Pucklings up the other way. Gagola tried to get to Rodebo. Now it's sent in by Clinton. Brandt up the board. Gets it to Gagola. And almost Brown keeping it in the zone. Now Ratcliffe's going to drive in with it. Forced out wide, but trying to cut in and gets a backhand pass. That one's going to roll in on Ortiz and get the whistle with 37 seconds left to go. Face off to the left of Ortiz. Brandt slows it down, looking to flip it up, and that flips up into the netting and out of play for a souvenir.
Free puck.
Free puck.
Who doesn't love a free puck?
Young fan can chase that one down. We'll see if someone goes running for it. I mean, I'm not allowed to. I've got to call the game, but if I was down there, I'd be chasing that puck down. Maybe come out here and get it signed by some of the players playing in tonight's game. I'm sure they'd love to sign a puck for some young fans here at the Polk Athletic Complex, as that one flipped off the stick of Christie and into the Senior Mocs zone with the final 15 seconds of this period. Out of the reach of Deion Brown, no icing. Ratcliffe with it, flips it up the boards towards Van Horn, one of our officials. That one rolls towards the net. Brandt slows it down, and that's going to do it for the second period. So Ugly Pucklings tally one more. They've got a 4-goal lead. Senior Mocs got to find a way early in this third period to get some momentum. We'll take a short break, and we'll be back for the third period here on the Southern Hockey Network. So both teams get a breather. We're set for the final 12 minutes. Senior Mocs got to find a way to get into this one. Ugly Pucklings looking to secure that series split in this early season. So that one rolls past Previtt. Not too happy about that one. Just went between the skates. And then once again between the skates of Previtt.
Gavin, you mentioned last night that sometimes you believe about puck luck and sometimes, you know, other people don't. And I just feel like the Senior Mocs just do not have the puck luck tonight.
It's a matter of a couple different bounces. And so far, Senior Mocs not getting advantage of that as that one saved by Ortiz. Comes out to Zenton. Zenton takes a shot. That one goes wide of the net. Almost is able to find that left bar and in. Now good pass by Carr back to Zenton, who's going to slow things down. Up to Carlson, who skates, sends it to Lopez. Dumped in. Bowden was onside. It comes away for Lopez, but Zenton able to make a good defensive play. And now dumped in. Now sent hard around the boards. Kept him for a moment, but then Grice able to take it away. Russell called that offsides, and Guimond gonna blow that one dead. 10:45 left to go.
I did see that one on the camera.
Sometimes offside is hard to catch up here in the booth, and sometimes it's clear as day, but that's why the officials are down here, we're up here, but able to catch some of them. Like you said, you're able to catch that one on the camera. Can't go back and argue it when we've got it on film.
I always say huge shout out to the players for being on the ice and still knowing when it's offsides and when it's onside. Always amazes me.
And when it's blown dead, there is no call in Toronto to get the check. It's what's called down there on the ice. You're not allowed to get our replay footage from here on the Southern Hockey Network to overturn it or overturn goals because it was offside. Because now Lopez trying to skate it up. It's going to tip it over the boards around Frank and drive it into the Puckling zone. A shot, that one blocked by Radcliffe. And the Pucklings defense continuing to be a difference maker in this one. Bowden tried to get it out to the slot area, but Anthony LaMonica was there for it and is now going to send it up along the far side of boards at neutral ice. Good stick by the captain, Ben Johnson, turns it up the other way for Lopez. Now Lopez, 1-on-4, takes a hard shot and once again blocked by Radcliffe. Sacrificing the body for this Pucklings team.
You got to do what you can and get that puck to not go in the back of that goal.
This one offsides. So Mocs touch up and they'll get a line change, second forward unit out there. Rotobo driving in. Shoots that one wide. Previtt slows things down, chips it out of the zone. Craig Christie's going to try to chase after. Ratcliffe going to send it to the near side boards. Now McCormick dumps it in out of the reach of Rotobo. Russell to Christie. Took a weird bounce on the skates. Went back behind him. Trying to get it to Dion Brown. And Christie with a good stick check comes to Carlson. Carlson drives it in, has it taken away by Previtt. Tied it up along the boards, sent back in. And now Russell with it. Russell chipped up the boards. That one rolled in on Farmieri. Christie with it, tried to get a pass. Does get it to the slot, but just behind Senior Moc, who was waiting for it there. Now McCormick trying to get around Brandt. It's going to send it deep. Ortiz directing as it rolls back behind him. Burnett gets it up the boards. Kept in by Carlson, a shot. Good stick by Brandt, stopping that one before it gets to Ortiz. Sent around the boards for Dion Brown, who chips it up. He's going to skate after this one. He's going to try to beat Carr. Wins the race, has the puck, takes a shot, bounces off the side of the net. Now pass to Christie in the slot, not able to get there. It's taken away by Rotobo. Rotobo up the other way with McCormick. Dumps it in. McCormick skates after it, trying to take a shot. It's just going to have to chip it back behind the net. Collides with Brandt there. Burnett has it taken away by LaMonica. Monica, backhand try. Almost found a way to slip through, and Ortiz makes the save, and now it's going to escape the zone. Just gets past Carr. 7:25 left to go. Now Zenton driving in, out wide, tries to get it. Cuts inside, but Burnett gets a good stick and stops that rush. Alexandra Clinton out there, kept it in the zone. Gagola collides there with Christie. He's going to escape the zone. Now a pass back to Zenton. Just out of the reach of any of the Puckling. Rolls in on Jennifer Burnett. She'll try to get out of the zone. Gets the pass Clinton. It's going to escape. Carr's going to dump that one in. Puckling's going to have to touch up. And now Brandt going to send it up the boards to Bowden. Bowden has it on his stick. Has Brown in the slot. Little shovel pass, but Lopez tried to take a shot. Fans on that one just overskated it a little bit. And now Brandt back pressured by Gagola. Now Brandt driving in. Out wide, sticking the skate by Carr. Shot in on Farmieri. No call there. Backhand try up the boards to LaMonica. Now out of the reach. Now a chance for Gagola, who's got two. Bowden's trying to get back defensively. Gagola's going to slow things down, look for some help. She's just going to dump it into the corner. LaMonica running in. And we're going to get a whistle there. Not quite sure if we're going to get a penalty, but no, net came loose there. Haven't seen that too many times, but net comes loose, and officials will get that one set back as it came off the moorings. It's 5:50 left to go.
Got some excited fans down there.
A lively crowd.
Better than no sound.
Absolutely, and appreciate everyone who comes out and catches some beer league hockey games. Come up to the booth, say hello if you're ever at the Polk Athletic Complex. As that one shot and in by Carlson. That's going to be the 5th goal of the game. Scott Carlson tucking that one in. So 4 different goal scorers by the Pucklings in this game. Whatever the talk was in the locker room before this game, it worked, as they're putting on a show for the fans here at the Polk Athletic Complex and here joining us live on the Southern Hockey Network. Out-shipped around the boards. Lopez out of the reach of Johnson. Now on the blue line, but not able to dump it into the zone was Lopez. And now a little bit of tie-up between Previtt and Zenton Previtt and Grice is now Zenton into the zone. Tries to get to Grice and does, but a good stick there by Kyle Russell. Now Bowden's going to try to skate it up. Bowden cuts across ice. Grice gets back on the forecheck, gets it to Lopez, who takes a shot. That one took a weird bounce and just forced out wide, and that one sent up into the netting for a whistle with 4:40 left to go.
The scoreboard may not show it, but what a game so far. Honestly, I think this is one of the most energetic games we've had of the weekend.
I've seen a lot of pace between both sides, and talked about puck luck. Sometimes it's just not on your side. That looks like it's the case tonight for the senior Mocs. Have had good opportunities, but also some good defense by the Pucklings.
You do have to appreciate the effort the senior Mocs are putting in tonight.
Playing all the way through the whistle as that one whipped around the boards. Kept in by the senior Mocs. Shot towards the net. Ben Johnson, a backhand try, rolls in on Farmieri, who makes a save. Another shot, and they score. What an effort. That's Craig Christie scoring a goal, breaking the shutout for Farmieri. I didn't say it. I didn't break it. It's not on the announcer's curse. But Craig Christie tallies one, breaks the shutout, and that feels good if you're the Mocs.
And we have another Selly where it's just sliding right back on the ground and into the boards. I'm telling you, it's the most famous one so far, and I am a fan.
You know, it shows the effort. You got down on the knee, put a lot into that shot, and gets it past Farmieri, and then slides into the board. Stay down for a few seconds. Take a breather.
Quite literally gave it your all.
Was that one shot wide by Previtt. Craig Christie still out there trying to get it to the slot to Previtt. And now sent out by LaMonica to Frank. Escapes the zone. Johnson sends it back in. Now Dion Brown. Oh, excuse me, Previtt. A shot, that one blocked by Radcliffe's gonna escape as Ben Johnson was trying to keep it in. Now LaMonica against Russell, and Russell a good stick there, and LaMonica's gonna fall. Frank tries to backhand it to the slot. He's looking for Diana Raven, who was ready there. And now Russell up the other way. The blue liner getting up in the offense, and he's gonna take a spill. Blown tire on turn one. Someone get the pit crew. Caution flag is out. It's now up the other way for the Pucklings. 3:19 left to go. A shot, and Ortiz makes the save, and delayed whistle. Wasn't sure if he had it. With 3:13 left to go.
We've had a couple of questionable goals. Sometimes you don't know if they even made it in the back of the net. I was on the tip of my toes there for a second.
Yeah, Ortiz had that one earlier where he just wasn't able to find it and ended up in the back of the net. So a little bit of a later whistle there by the officials, making sure he fully had it covered and eventually blew it dead. But good on the officials for laying off, letting the teams play a little bit, making sure the puck is fully covered. Some passing by the Pucklings as they win the faceoff. Carlson, who has a goal, tried to get to Gagola. Now sent around the boards for Rodebo, who opened the scoring. Now Christie a pass to downtown Dion Brown, but a stick lift by Rodebo stopped Dion Brown from driving up, and now Rodebo splits the D. It's going to be forced back behind the net, but a pass to the slot, a shot, and that one's in! That's going to be Carlson's second of the game. And what a pass from down low. Down below the goal line by Rodebo. Good vision. Good unselfish play from this Pucklings team. And that's been a key goal in this game for them. You want my keys to the games? Strong defense, shot blocking by the Pucklings, but also good passing in the offensive zone. And that's what's helped them build this 6-1 lead.
There's nothing like a good pass that gets it right to the back of the net.
You love unselfish play. It's all about the name on the front of the jersey, not the name on the back. And that's been the difference in this one, unselfish play.
It's always better to celebrate with other people than just by yourself.
So this one's going to escape the zone, just gets past Burnett, who's going to escape back for it. So now you've got two players with 2 goals for this Puckling teams. There's Gagola, who's got one of them. Carlson, the other, who's almost on the receiving end. As McCormick's going to take a shot. That one off the stick of Brandt and into the netting with 2 minutes left to go. Puck's dropped. Brandt back for it. Now Lopez up the other way. Now Bowden a shot. That one saved by Farmieri. No, that's a goal. They say it's in. Farmieri not able to get all of it. And Bowden puts it in the back of the net. So second goal of the game for the senior Mocs. At this point, it's just about getting some momentum for the next game. You want to get some goals. These are some feel-good pride goals. And it's just good for the senior Mocs to get some of these late in the game.
In this position, you just got to take every single shot that you can.
So we're down to the final 90 seconds in this one. LaMonica drives in. Ortiz a save and a good stick there by Brandt. Sends it out. Zenton back for it. So now under the final 90 seconds. Lopez battling in the neutral zone. He's going to get it into the Puckling zone, but forced out wide by Carr. Passes it to the slot for downtown Deion Brown. Turns, leads it for Bowden, a shot, saved, and they tuck it in. You want to see a third and a first and a second assist? Look at that play. Deion Brown to Bowden to Lopez. And that's the third goal for the Mocs, so some late life. Never gave up in this one. 48 seconds left to go.
In hockey, it is not over until it is over.
And Ben Johnson in the faceoff telling Farmieri, get out of the net, let us score a couple. And Farmieri waving him off, telling him absolutely not, as they're trying to hold on for the final 40 seconds with a 3-goal lead. And you love that level of showmanship from both sides. Ben Johnson telling Farmieri to get out of the way, and Farmieri waving him off.
Absolutely not.
Is now sent around the boards. Ratcliffe trying to make a strong play on the puck, but just went hard into the boards instead. And now Ben Johnson trying to get it up to Christie. Rotobo's back for it, final 15 seconds. Rotobo's just going to skate back behind Farmieri and try to kill off the remainder as sends it up ice to Brevitt, and that will do it for the second game of the day. The Pucklings get revenge with a 6-3 win. Farmieri, what an effort. You want my player of the game. It's Drew Farmieri, played in the first game of the day for the Warthogs on defense, and then went between the pipes for this Pucklings team and gets the win tonight. Gets a second win of the year. What a game by both sides as both goalies get some love. They'll go for the handshake line. We appreciate you joining us tonight here on the Southern Hockey Network. I want to take a moment and let you know we've got 5 games on Sunday, starting off with the Sharks versus the Warriors. Then you got the Thunder versus the Mutineers following that up. You got Jagerbomb versus SEAL Team Sticks, Deerbros versus the Dirty Oars, and Lightning versus the Detroit Muscles. So plenty of action on Sunday. I'll be on the call with Noah Gabrielic. Lenah still running the camera. Chloe, we'll see if she's here producing. She's working most of the time, so able to join us tonight, help us out, and we'll hope she'll be there on Sunday.
Noah will give me a nice, well-needed break. This was fun. Thank you for letting me be on the call with you, Gavin.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining me, and a little bit of a applause to all the people watching.
We could not do this without you as well.
So thank you so much for joining us tonight here on the Southern Hockey Network. Have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you Sunday for our 5-game Sunday.